In this video, we will discuss uneducated prime ministers and presidents from various countries who rose to power without formal education. We will explore 8 notable leaders from different parts of the world. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. While education and experience are often seen as important qualifications for political leadership, there have been instances where countries have had uneducated or undereducated leaders who rose to power. These leaders may not have formal education or advanced degrees, but they were able to gain leadership positions due to various factors such as political circumstances, populism, charisma, or military influence. Here are some examples of uneducated or undereducated prime ministers or presidents in history. José Mujica, President of Uruguay, from 2010 to 2015. José Mujica, often referred to as the world's poorest president, had limited formal education. He attended school only until the age of 12 due to his family's financial situation. Despite this, he became an influential figure both as a politician and as the president of Uruguay. He was known for his humble lifestyle and progressive policies. Mujica became famous for his focus on social welfare, legalizing same-sex marriage, and promoting drug decriminalization. His lack of formal education did not prevent him from being seen as an effective and respected leader, and he was widely admired for his simplicity and integrity. Mao Zedong, chairman of the Communist Party of China. From 1949 to 1976, Mao Zedong had a limited formal education. He studied at a local school and later attended a teacher's training school for a brief period, but did not complete higher education. Mao was largely self-educated and was deeply influenced by Marxist-Leninist ideology. Mao became one of the most influential leaders in modern history, overseeing the founding of the People's Republic of China. Despite his limited formal education, Mao's ideas and policies, including the Cultural Revolution, had a profound impact on China and the world. Muammar Gaddafi, colonel and leader of Libya. From 1969 to 2011, Muammar Gaddafi had minimal formal education. He was born into a poor Bedouin family and attended a military academy where he received his training. He did not attend university and was not highly educated in a formal sense. However, he read extensively about politics and military strategy. Gaddafi led Libya for over 4 decades, ruling as a dictator. While he was able to develop his own ideology, the Green Book, and implement various social reforms, his rule was marked by authoritarianism, human rights abuses, and the eventual downfall due to a NATO-led intervention in 2011. Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister of India, from 1966 to 1977 and again from 1980 to 1984. Indira Gandhi, the first female Prime Minister of India, had a limited formal education in terms of conventional schooling. She attended Visva Bharati University in Santiniketan and later studied at the University of Oxford. However, she did not complete a degree at Oxford and was not considered highly educated compared to many world leaders. Her political acumen and leadership were often seen as shaped more by her family background and political lineage, daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, than by her formal education. Despite her relatively modest educational background, Indira Gandhi became one of India's most powerful and influential leaders, known for her strong leadership during the 1971 Indo-Pakistani War and her controversial decision to impose the emergency in 1975. Ahmed Sékou Touré, first president of Guinea. From 1958 to 1984, Ahmed Sékou Touré had minimal formal education. He attended a French colonial school but did not receive higher education. He was a self-taught man, gaining knowledge from various sources and experiences. Touré became the first president of Guinea after leading the country to independence from France in 1958. Despite his lack of formal education, he was able to establish himself as a significant figure in African politics and was a key player in the Pan-African movement. Yoweri Museveni, President of Uganda. Yoweri Museveni, who has been in power in Uganda for decades, holds a degree in economics from the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. However, he is often considered to have limited formal education when compared to other world leaders with advanced degrees. Museveni came to power after leading a successful insurgency against the Ugandan government in 1986. While his education is more formal than others on this list, his leadership style and longevity in power have often been attributed to his charisma and political strategy rather than his education. Daniel Arap Moi, President of Kenya. From 1978 to 2002, Daniel Arap Moi had a modest education. He attended primary and secondary school in Kenya, but his formal education was limited. He later trained as a teacher, but he did not have higher education. Despite his limited formal education, Moi ruled Kenya for over 2 decades. His leadership was marked by political repression, but he also made significant contributions to infrastructure's development during his time in power. Francisco Franco, dictator of Spain. From 1939 to 1975, Francisco Franco had basic military education but did not attend university. His education was largely shaped by his military career. Franco became the dictator of Spain after the Spanish Civil War, ruling the country with an authoritarian regime for almost 40 years. His lack of formal education did not hinder his ability to maintain control over the country for so long. Limited formal education. While many world leaders have come from highly educated backgrounds, there are several notable cases where leaders with limited formal education have risen to power and led their countries for long periods. In many cases, their leadership was influenced more by political circumstances, charisma, or military influence rather than formal academic credentials. However, it is important to note that education is just one factor in leadership, and political success can be influenced by a range of some other factors such as experience, social connection, ideological vision, and popularity among the people. Please don't forget to subscribe.